Hi everyone, it's Min Ling from Brand Fame School. I'm super excited to be here with you for day number 7 of the Brand Rockstar Challenge. We've been having 7 fun days on how to build a brand that stands out in the market. And so what we've gone over in the last few days are, understanding what your niche is, getting clear on what your money-making idea is, working on your unmistakable brand ID, working on creating the message that you're born to share, working on your marketing as well too, and how to market yourself so you don't hear crickets. And so this has been a culmination of 7 fun days. This is the last day, and we're going to talk about how to attract raving fans who share your content without spending a dime. So you always want to have, people that are vouching for you. So go ahead and let me know if you are new to the scope. I'm excited to be here. If you are new, you can go to brandfameschool.com/rockstar to join the challenge and to get the content. That I also have play sheets that are included. I'm just going to move this over because I'm going to share this Facebook Live with everybody as well too. I'm on Facebook Live and on Periscope. So, like I said a second ago, this is all about creating and attracting raving fans who want to share your products or services. And how do you do that? There's a couple of different ways that you do that. And yesterday, we talked about marketing, and we talked about getting into people's pain points and understanding their pleasure points as well too. And what's important about that is that everybody is what I call, quote unquote, yesterday I called everybody, selfish. They care about what benefits they get out of whatever it is you put out there. So you really have to understand what the pain and pleasure points are and market yourself with that in mind so that they would be interested in what you have, because it's, again, what's in it for me. Now, the part about having people promote you and getting people, getting your raving fans, there's a couple pieces to this. The first piece is that you must make sure that you go ahead and give out your best content, your very best content that you have. Because when you want people to know, like, and trust you, you want to make sure that what you're giving them is of high value to them. Because you want to make sure that they see the very best quality in you, or else they're not going to really want to do more with you as well too. They're not going to want to learn more from you or buy your products and services if you don't market yourself in a way, excuse me, I'm just trying to get my notes, in a way that makes people think, hey, I get a lot of benefit from this person and I want to learn more. And I think a lot of other people will benefit from that person as well too. You have to create something, like I said, of high value, but it has to be high value enough where people are willing to almost pay money for it. So for example, in this challenge, the 7-day challenge, I'm giving you some really good content that you can apply to your business right away, and you can start to think about your brand differently. Now, you don't want to just give some random content that's okay. You want to give your best content that's out there. You want to give them a reason for wanting more from you, for being able to learn something and getting high value. And when you're able to do this, that's when your content becomes shareable with other people. You also want to make sure that when you do provide content, that it's easily digestible for people. You want to make sure that it's easily comprehensible, that somebody can do something with it as well too. So, for example, I have an ebook called the It Brand Guide to Unbrand Your Brand. And it's doing really well, and it's been downloaded over 1,800 times. And the reason why is that I break down what branding is into really simple concepts. And then people are able to take those concepts and put it into action. And I've gotten emails, I've gotten people messaging me saying, oh my gosh, this was so good. I finally understand what branding is all about. And because it was like some really good content, they're sharing it with people. I have people saying, oh, I shared it with my friends. I thought like a lot of these people, like my followers, would be really interested. I've been asked to become a guest expert in a lot of people's programs because I'm able to create content that is high value, that I'm putting out free content that's my best content, some of my best content out in the marketplace, and people are getting value, and people are using what they got, what they read or they downloaded from me, and applying it to their business. And people even say it's transformed their business just from my free stuff. And so you want to think about this when you are creating your valuable content. Don't just create content for content's sake. You want to make sure that it's something that people actually want, need, and you put your best stuff out there. You also want to make sure that it's very shareable as well too. So not only are you putting content out, either in a podcast or in a scope or a Facebook Live or your blog post, you want to use your content in multiple places and leverage your content in multiple places too. So you can create a graphic that has maybe a quote or something that you said. Maybe you turn your scopes into a blog post. You want different ways in which people can share it as well too. So you want to think about, putting out my best content. What is that? What does it look like? And then B, how do you make it shareable for other people as well too? So whether it's creating other avenues for people to share it, because some people may not want to share a video, but they may be willing to tweet out like your blog post, or maybe they'll be willing to share a graphic. And so you want to create this like cycle of ways to share your content and different methods, so that whatever way your clients or your raving fans feel most comfortable in sharing your stuff, they'll go ahead and do that. Any questions so far? Is this making sense? I see some live stream viewers, and I also see some people on Periscope. So go ahead and let me know if this is making sense. If you look at some of the biggest internet marketers that are out there, like a Marie Florio or Brendon Burchard, they have content that they give high value. People love Marie TV. People love the webinars that Brendon Burchard puts together because they packed a lot of good material in their videos or their podcasts or whatever. They pack a lot of content in there, and people are always like, oh, I got a new aha. Oh, I'm looking at this differently. Oh, I got some kind of insight. And because they got something out of it, they're more likely to push it out into the world for their friends or their other fans or other people to watch as well too, because if they got value out of it, that means somebody else will be able to get value. And that's why you have to think about not just creating content for content's sake, but how can you add value in every instance when you create your content? How can you give your best stuff that's out there? When you give your best stuff, people are going to be like, wow, if she or he, does like this much material for me, then imagine what else they can do, what other products they can have that will help me. So this not only in turns help you share your content out, or help people become raving fans and help have them want to share your content, but it'll also make them wonder, like, wow, if they're giving me such good stuff right now and it's free, I wonder how it's going to be when you go ahead and buy the products and service. And that's what you want to think about when you're creating content. When you're creating content, the content itself, you want to, like I said, make it bite-sized. Think about like 1, 2, 3 key points that you want to make sure that you hone in on. You don't want to give like a list of 20 things, because you want to make it digestible and you want people to take action on it, because when they get results or when they feel like they got an aha out of it, then they'll be more likely to share, like I said earlier. So you want to make sure that your points that you are sharing are very easy to follow, whatever those steps are. So for example, let's say you were a sales coach, and one of the things that you wanted to share was how to overcome objections. Well, instead of just like talking just overall, just in general about how to overcome objections, you can give people steps like this is step 1, this is step 2, this is step 3. When you're able to do that and you're able to break it down, then people will be like, oh, now I know how to do it. I see how I'm supposed to structure my response to objections. They get an aha, and they're like, wow, this was great content. I want to share it with other people who are, experiencing this as well too. So that's how people start to think in their heads, and you want to understand the psychology. So if they're getting value of it out of something that you're giving, if they are getting the ahas, if they're getting the results, then it makes them more likely to say, wow, other people have to hear this too, because I was struggling with this and I want other people to hear her message or his message. So let me know if this is making sense. You can go ahead and share in the comments or tap the screens for some hearts so I know that this is making sense to you. And also let me know, think of one area that you are really good at. Where can you give your best content? And share it below. I would love to hear, where can you give your best content, or what kind of best content would that be that you can share with other people? Think through, go back to, the first day's work on really understanding your strengths, and look back on those strengths, and maybe there's something within your strengths that you're really good at sharing and at providing value for, and maybe that's the thing that you focus on when you create shareable content, because it has to be something you're really strong at, because you're putting your best foot forward and you want to make sure that people are seeing your best foot forward when you put out your content. Hopefully this is making sense. The other thing that you want to do, the second step that I like to share with people, or I like to tell people, is that you have to ask for the shares. People aren't going to necessarily just share because they love it. So that's one way they can do that. But you want to be proactive and ask somebody to market your content for you as well too. So you don't want to be shy. If you're doing like Facebook Live or Periscope, you want to say, hey, if you love this content, please share it out. I want to help as many people as possible with X, Y, and Z, and whatever you're trying to help people with. You want to start to do that and get in a habit of that, because when people are proactive, when you're proactively telling people to share it, they'll be like, oh, I need to do that. I love this content. I need to do that. So you're just prompting them to think about it, because it's not natural for people to just be like, oh, I'm just going to share it. Right? So you have to ask. You can also put it on your thank you page as well too, and have buttons where people can share on Facebook or share on Twitter as well too. And you can create that really easily on your thank you page after somebody opts into your freebie. And you can even say in your notes, like, please share this with other people, click to tweet, or share it on Facebook. It prompts them to think, I need to do that. And the more you can keep it top of mind for people, the more likely they're going to do it. Even in your emails that you send out once people subscribe to your list, if they're downloading something from you, you'll want to also put it in your email, like share this with friends, forward this with friends, or click to tweet, and share it with other people. You can also incentivize people in your emails or in your thank you page. If they share it, maybe they get a little prize or a little something special from you as well too. That's another way to get people to share your content for free. And so you want to think about the different ways you can ask people to go ahead and push out your content for you. And you want to do it multiple times, not just one touch point. You want to say, if this content is of value, if you really love this challenge, please go ahead and share this challenge with other people on your list, or other people that you know that may benefit from this. And it's not, begging somebody. to say like, oh, please share it. You're just saying like, if you find value, if this is good content, if you're loving what I'm doing, please go ahead and let other people know, because your mission is bigger than just yourself. Your mission is to help as many people as possible. So why not ask for it and have other people help you do it? But the thing is, people are not going to share your content unless you go back to point number one, which is creating the best content that you can create and sharing that out and providing that content. I always like to say, you want to create content that is like worth money. You want to create your freebies that somebody would be willing to pay for, if they were paying for it. It has to be that good of a piece of content. You don't want to just give some okay freebie. You want to make that good, because that's going to be the first impression that people have of you, for them to get results and want to even share. If your stuff isn't good, they're not going to share it. But if your stuff is really good and they find it of high value, they're going to spread your message for you. And then secondly, that's when you can also ask people to go ahead and share your content, broadcast it, send it to their list, whatever your call to action is to get people to think about providing your content to a bigger audience. So that was pretty much the 2 steps that you need to do in order to attract raving fans who market your stuff without spending a dime. Because when you create good content, they're going to be like, they're going to want to promote you, because they got value. And the more value you can bring, the more likely they're going to share. And definitely always ask for that share as well too. So that was basically it for today and for the challenge. Now, if you have been struggling with your ideal clients, you're still kind of confused about it, you want to get clarity in your message and understand how to really attract people to you, based off of your message, I'm doing a 1-day workshop in August 7th, and it's all around getting clear on your ideal clients and getting clear on your message so that you can start to attract those high-end clients that you desire. So if you're interested in that, you can go to brandfameschool.com/message to get signed up for that. We only have spots for 5 people to be there, and it's going to be very intimate, because I want to work with you one-on-one, do some laser coaching with you, not only give you good content, really good content that you can use, but also do some one-on-ones with you, live. So that's something that you can do if you want to take the next step with me and you like this content and you wanted more support. Go ahead and go to brandfameschool.com/message. Happy to help you further with that. So, you guys, thank you so much for being here, being live, being such an engaged group on this challenge. I've enjoyed seeing you guys' progress and what you guys have written in the Facebook group itself. So, you guys, thank you again so much for being here. If you have any questions, you can go ahead and pop it in to the Facebook group and I'll be happy to answer. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful day. Bye.